From the invention of the wheel to space exploration, artificial intelligence, and the creation of social media, innovation is not a new phenomenon. And a good place to start looking at where the next set of inventions that can potentially change the world's economy is the Global Innovation Index. Now, the 2018 report has just been published by Cornell University, INSEAD, and the World Intellectual Property Organization. Its aim is to provide insight into the state of innovation around the world. And this year's index has Switzerland in the top spot, followed by the Netherlands, Sweden, and United Kingdom. The US has slid 2 places to number 6 on the list after Singapore. Innovation was measured by 80 factors in total, including mobile application creation and education spending. Countries at the bottom of this year's rankings include Burkina Faso, Togo, and Yemen. And one key takeaway is that China joined the world's top 20 most innovative economies for the first time. Well, to get more on the 2018 Global Innovation Index, I'm joined by Francis Gurry, Director General of the World Intellectual Property Organization. WIPO is a UN agency which promotes the protection of intellectual property throughout the world. Thanks very much for being with us. So how would a high ranking affect the overall quality of life in a country? And is it possible, for example, to innovate yourself out of poverty?
Yes. Well, it's not so much the ranking that affects the quality of life, but the fact that the ranking reflects that the country is a good producer of innovation. That means, in turn, that the economy will be and its enterprises will be extremely competitive, because so much competition now is based on technology and innovation. And that competitiveness of the economy, of course, is reflected in terms of average high income associated with the country and quality of life, because innovation affects, of course, the quality of life, material life, in a large variety of manners.
I want to ask you as well about the lack of digital connectivity in some countries and what effect that can have on innovation, because we reported on a previous program about Mexico's economy and how there are large areas, mostly rural areas, that have no or very little internet connectivity at all. What implications does that have for the ability to innovate?
Look, I think the innovation, the lack of connectivity is a major obstacle, and it's something that we all need to pay attention to. It's a bit like saying you have no industrial capacity in the industrial age. In the digital age, the lack of connectivity means that you are not a player in the game. So I think it's a very serious phenomenon. A lot of work is going on in the international public sector and the private sector to improve connectivity, but we need to speed that up to make sure that we don't have those who miss out badly on all of the benefits of the digital revolution, which are social and economic.
So is there a danger then of the world splitting in two, into kind of digital haves and have-nots?
I think it's a great danger, and I think you could go a little bit more broadly than digital and say technology in general, because there's a lot of technology in the health area, for example, which is not available on a widespread basis throughout the world. And this is a big danger that with the speed of technological development and the sort of resources that are required for new technologies and the development of new technologies, it's a big danger that we may have, as you say, an exacerbation, a worsening of the gaps, the very considerable gaps that exist in economic and technological capacity throughout the world, and thus the social benefits that are derived from having rather high-performing economies and technological capacity.
Good to speak with you, Francis Gurry. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.